applying your foundation as well as your concealer with a makeup sponge. Using the makeup sponge is going to give you a really even finish and it's going to look really soft and natural, but don't worry too much about applying it to the under eyes because we're going to be covering that up later. Go ahead and use a translucent powder and swipe that all over your face using a fluffy brush so that everything looks matte, because even though the stars are shining, we do not want our face to shine. And then you just want to go ahead and apply a primer to your eyelids using your fingertips just so that the eyeshadows last as long as you want the look to last. Using the jumbo eye pencil in Milk, you just want to outline the mask-like shape on your face starting at your cheekbones and going right to underneath of your eyes. And you can also just go ahead and fill that in. This is basically just going to be a base for all the shadows that we're going to be using so that all the colors are going to pop and they're going to be really vibrant. And when you're blending this out, I would recommend to use your fingers because it just allows a little bit more control, and the warmth from your hands will just help blend it out a little bit easier. So now comes the fun part because we're going to start getting into using some colors. So basically you just want to take a fluffy blending brush and start swirling some different colors onto your cheeks. I'm using colors like neon pink, purple, and blue, but you can basically use whatever colors that you want, but you want to start swirling them on in a circular motion because that's going to give us the most watercolor look. And I'm making some of them blend in together, but I'm also making some of them have really sharp edges, and you'll understand why in a little bit. So once you're happy with the design on your face, you can actually start going into the crease of your eyes. I'm using a dark pink color on the outer corner, and I'm also blending in a light blue on the inner corner, and you can also blend in some different colors like darker blue, darker purple. Basically you can do whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be even because again we're making this into a watercolor look. So next you want to grab a teeny tiny little brush and some white water activated face paint because we're going to start outlining some different color patches on our face. And when you're doing this outline, you want to make sure one side of the line is really sharp, and then you want to dry your brush out a little bit just to blend in the other side of the line so it acts as a gradient into the other color. And you can basically do this around any patch that you like. You can only do it around some, you can do it around all of them. Get really creative, see what you like, and give it a go. And after this step, you can kind of just go in and tweak anywhere that you like. You can add more eyeshadow to make it more vibrant. You can add more white to make it look more like watercolor. And I'm adding some different shadows using darker shadows against the brighter ones. And I'm also adding some different textures using some really watered down paint in any really plain spots that I might have. And then you can just go ahead and use a black liquid liner to create a really extended wing, but you want to start the wing in the middle of your eyelid because once we get the black wing, we're actually going to make a white wing on the inside of our line. So you can either use white liquid eyeliner or white face paint in my case, and I'm basically outlining my tear duct and then I'm swinging the wing in to the inner half of my eye. And then just take the jumbo pencil in Milk and eyeline your waterline. And this will create the appearance of larger eyes. So next on a really tiny brush, you just want to take some smoky black shadow and drag that across your lash line underneath of where we just put the white jumbo pencil. And then you can just go in with a couple coats of mascara. And even though we're not completely done with the eyes yet, we're just going to move on to eyebrows for now. So taking an angled brush and some purple eyeshadow, I'm just filling in my brows, and then I'm taking a bright blue and adding that onto the tail end of my brow, and I'm making sure that they blend right in the middle so it is kind of like a gradient effect. And then I'm going in and I'm adding some really long wispy lashes, and you guys, this is so hard to do with one hand, so I recommend using both hands and getting up really close and personal with the mirror. So now comes the really fun part. Again, I'm using this little tiny brush and some white face paint. I'm just adding some little tiny stars, and again, you can totally get creative. You can add as many as you like or as little as you like, and then I'm adding little tiny dots in between some of the stars to act as little kind of mini constellations. And these are kind of like our star freckles, so you can get creative and go crazy. You can add some underneath of your eyebrow, you can add them all over your face, you can add little random dots everywhere. It's totally up to you. And once you're happy, we're going to actually make these stars shine a little bit. So using the roll-on shimmer, I'm just adding some shimmer on the edges of each color patch. And then I'm using this crystal liner, which is basically just a silver glitter liner, and I'm adding some more stars just to add some more depth and sparkle. So now moving right onto the lips, I'm just using a really pale pink colored lipstick, and I'm applying it straight from the tube all over my lips, and this is going to act as a base for our lips. And next I'm going with a berry colored lip balm, and I'm just putting this on the very inside of my lips just to create a more pouty look and add a little bit more dimension. And finally, I'm just taking a tiny bit of concealer and covering up the outer corners of my bottom lip, again just to make it look like I'm a little bit more pouty. So now that the face is done, you can actually repeat most of those steps right onto your neck. I'm using mostly blues for my neck, and I'm blending them down so that eventually they just fade out into my skin color. So I'm just swirling on different colors of blues, and then I'm adding the face paint to make it look like watercolor, and then I'm adding the little stars, as well as all the glitter and the glittery stars as well. You can totally stop there if you like how it looks so far, but I wanted to add something a little bit extra to represent the star that she traded for the Starlight Beauty. So basically you just want to take your white face paint and start making this swirl shape with two tails on each side. And this is really fun to do. Basically, you just want to start layering some different colors with the different paint, and you want to start with some fiery colors in the middle and extend them out into darker bluish colors. And this is basically just trial and error with a bunch of layers. And once you have all the layers and the swirls that you like and all the different colors, you just want to start adding some little tiny dots, and you want to make these different sizes and different opacities. So some can be more white and some can be more see-through, transparent. And basically that's all you have to do, and once you're done, it almost looks like a little mini galaxy, but it's supposed to represent a little star. And then you just want to add some glitter and you are done. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had a lot of fun creating it. I had a lot of fun making the set and making the look. I really love how it turned out, and I really hope that you did too. And if you did like it, please be sure to give it a big old thumbs up, because this is my entry into the NYX Face Awards 2016. And if you want to see me compete, you definitely want to make sure you give that thumbs up down there and let the judges know why in the comments down below, because that would be super awesome and maybe it'll help me get in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I make it into the top 30, and I will see you guys very soon with a brand new video. Bye!